Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. There have been a number of recent crypto media articles hitting the scene, talking about the idea of there being a flaw in the XRP ledger that will result in it completely failing, falling apart, and as a result, XRP going to zero forever. Sounds super duper scary, isn't it? Doesn't it? Well, you know, the problem is, it's not true. And so, here's where this all came from. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. University's epic burn. Researchers say Ripple's protocol may fail badly. And look, if there's some sort of legit concern about XRP and or the XRP ledger, I do want to know about it. My concern becomes, like, are these just hit pieces or not? And I can't tell. Like, does this guy that wrote this genuinely believe what he wrote? If so, then I appreciate that at least he's being forthright, and then it gives the opposing side an opportunity to respond so that people can make informed decisions. Like, I actually legitimately don't have a problem with having a thoughtful, adult, respectful conversation on the topic, but it's hard to tell who's being genuine. And so the individual that wrote this, I looked him up. His name's Christian Cashin. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but he is a cryptographer and a computer scientist working at University of Bern in Switzerland. And I couldn't really find a whole lot about his workings in the world of crypto, generally speaking. I was like, if this guy's a Bitcoin maxi, then I'm just going to make sure that I tell my audience, because then I'd be like, okay, this is just a hit piece. But I don't know. And so I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I'll just be honest and state I don't know. But this is ultimately not going to be a problem, but I want to flesh this a lot. Let's talk about it. It's in the news. And when stuff like this happens, I know people get scared. I have Twitter. Like, I have a freaking stupid Twitter account, even though Twitter's a damn cesspool. I know. I wade through the muck. But I do see people questioning and getting scared because they have invested their real money in XRP. So anyway, before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap the like button and consider subscribing. If you're not, I would definitely appreciate the support. And by the way, one last little thing before I jump in further. Do you guys know what the purpose of a video title is when you're a content creator on YouTube? The purpose of a video title is to describe the content covered within the video. And so I'm going to do that. Every video that I've ever made has accurately described the content. Now, this is not a hype channel, and so sometimes there will be headlines that aren't all like puppies and, you know, ice cream and crap like that, like all sunshine and all that crap. And so if there's ever a title that sounds negative, it doesn't mean that I think whatever the negative sounding thing is true or real or whatever. That just means that's what the video is about. That's the purpose of a video title. And I know the vast majority of you get that, but there's just a tiny percentage of people where if there's not a positive sounding video title, then they think like it's just spreading FUD or this or that. And I'm like, holy hell, I'm here to destroy the FUD. Like, what are we doing here? We don't need the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Oh, and also shout out to Poochie. Thank you very much, my friend, for tagging me along with a number of others in the community here. So into the piece. Researchers from the University of Bern have released a report claiming Ripple's consensus protocol ensures neither safety nor liveness. Oh, just wait until David Schwartz responds, though, because and David Schwartz, of course, there are new people on the channel here into the world of crypto, so might not know. David Schwartz is one of the creators of the XRP ledger, and he responded to this. So anyway, in a blog posted yesterday from the university's Cryptology and Data Security Research Group, researchers Christian Cashin, More Cesar, and Giovanna Michik, I know I'm butchering these, but I'm doing my best, guys, released an analysis alleging the payment firm's consensus protocol could allow users to potentially double spend a token and halt the processing of transactions. The trio set up examples of the Ripple protocol using different numbers and types of nodes to illustrate possible violations of safety and liveness. And then in parentheses they write, a term for the network continuing to process transactions and make progress. Now, according to their models, the presence of faulty or malicious nodes could have devastating effects on the health of the network. And here's a quote. Our findings show that the Ripple protocol relies heavily on synchronized clocks, timely message delivery, the presence of a fault-free network, and an a priori agreement on common trusted nodes with the unique node list signed by Ripple. If one or more of these conditions are violated, especially if attackers become active inside the network, then the system may badly fail. And so, admittedly, I don't have a strong technical background. With this, I'm more of a big picture type of guy here. And so I have read through technical arguments, but it's not something that I could easily regurgitate back, because if you don't have a technical background, it's like the amount of repetition that you need. It's kind of intense. So it's more like I've read through this stuff and it seemed convincing to me. It's just not something that I've committed to memory. But I do understand, and I do recall, that if there's somebody running a node that proves himself to be not trustworthy, you can just not listen to them. Nobody's going to force somebody to listen to a bad actor in the space. And so this is cool. So a couple of things. There was Ethan MacBrow. Now, this is a former Ripple employee, actually, and he now works at Coil with Stefan Thomas, who was previously Ripple CTO, and they're utilizing a blend of ILP and XRP to create a new form of web monetization, which functionally does work today. It's working. And so here's what Ethan MacBrow had to say in response to that the claim from, because there's a tweet, I might not have pulled it up, but no, I did. I pulled it up. Yeah, it came from here. Yeah, so here's Christian's Twitter account. And so Ethan did respond, and here's what he wrote. Your argument for why liveness doesn't work seems to ignore the timeout for the establish phase, where validators will vote to skip the current block and move forward. This is why we focused on validation in the 2018 paper, since establishment is irrelevant for security. And now there's this huge thread with David Schwartz, and I'm going to go through this whole thing, check this out, and this is telling too. So this happens, I'm recording this, what is it, December 4th? So these tweets are from December 2nd, and so Ethan responded, then there was this long thread from David Schwartz, who is one of the creators of the XRP ledger. He had this long, thoughtful response, and Christian, to this point, 2 days later, still hasn't responded, and to me, that's kind of telling. If he thought that his position here was had legs to stand on, you'd think he would have responded, given that it's been like over 48 hours at this point. So I'm thinking he might have realized that there was an oopsie with the piece because they didn't understand some fundamental things. So here's what David Schwartz wrote, and I really appreciate and genuinely value the way that David Schwartz approached this like an adult. He doesn't ever get, when people start slinging mud at each other and name calling, he just doesn't participate, and I have nothing but respect for that, because it's easy to be called a name, feel emotions, and then respond, and it's just caveman-like, and he doesn't do it. It's awesome. So anyway, here's what David wrote. I welcome papers like this and appreciate having any weaknesses identified and pointed out. Any opportunity to improve XRP Ledger's consensus protocol or the security and reliability of block space generally is a good thing. And so let me pause right there. I speak along those lines frequently, and that's why this is never going to be a hype channel, because look, I put my real money into investing in XRP, and if you're listening to this, I'm willing to bet you did too, because it's an XRP-centric channel. And if something is wrong, I want to know about it, okay? If I really feel like something's horrendously wrong and I need to jump ship, I want to freaking know about it. Don't you? Or do you want to keep your head in the sand? And so when people, as long as they're not trying to be trolly or drive an ideological narrative, if they have a serious critique, I actually appreciate that, because that might be able to help me. They might know something that I do not yet know. So I'm totally on board with what David Schwartz says here. Then he continues. The attack on liveness outlined in the paper identifies intentional behavior. If a substantial fraction of your UNL is malicious, you don't want to make forward progress. You want to fix your UNL. The attack on safety is comparable to attacks in other blockchains. Bitcoin loses safety if an attacker can partition the network. XRP Ledger is more resistant because an attacker has to both partition the network and control part of your UNL. XRP Ledger was designed to prioritize safety over liveness. The safety attack is really impractical, and an attacker only gets one chance before they get removed from everyone's UNL. See, and that's the part that I was talking about. It's hard to earn trust within the system, and it's really easy to lose it. You do something malicious one time, they don't have to listen to you anymore. There you go, problem solved. All right, David continues though. Unlike in systems like Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP Ledger's design allows all participants to enforce censorship resistance. Validators are not like miners. The only thing they're trusted not to do is conspire to temporarily stop/intentionally disrupt the network. The overall philosophy of the UNL is that attackers get one chance to jeopardize liveness, and then they are forever off the UNL. Those who do not jeopardize liveness accumulate on the UNL. Attacks on safety also require significant control over the propagation of messages on the network, which makes them impractical. This is why Bitcoin's complete lack of partition tolerance isn't a practical problem. I've long said that proof of work is a technological dead end for decentralization, while federated Byzantine agreement algorithms can continue to improve, providing better censorship resistance and safety at higher speed and lower cost. And so again, there you go. What's that guy's name? Is that actor Bryan Cranston? It's a GIF on the screen. If you're not looking, don't worry. But he's just dropping the mic right there. I like that. I'm gonna heart that right now. So anyway, a really thoughtful response, and to this critique. And one would think if that this Christian fellow is operating in good faith, that he'd have some sort of response. If it's just a hit piece, he doesn't care about the aftermath, right? He just wanted crypto media to pick it up. But if he actually cares, you would think that he'd respond and say, hey, good point. I will retract this paper because it might mislead people. Or he'd continue to argue why he thinks his point continues to make sense. But it's just crickets. And so it doesn't make sense to me. It really does not make sense to me. So that's where it is. I just want to talk about this stuff, and like I said, I always try and give the people the benefit of the doubt. But I think if you're going to make such claims as he has, it would make sense to at least respond to comments from the creator of the XRP Ledger. And if he does, I'll update it on the channel. I will love to. Who knows? Maybe he's had a busy 48 hours, but I'm just saying, typically, this much time passes, it means that the people are not going to respond. There's no interest in continuing the conversations. We'll see here. But for all you that were afraid out there, I don't see a reason at all to think that the XRP Ledger is just going to stop working, and then as a result, XRP is going to go to zero. It's been battle tested at this point, live, for almost 8 years. And so it's a kind of similar argument with Bitcoin, which the point's been made. Bitcoin, for all of its faults, it's the most attacked. Like, people are attacking it every day. Most attacked computer system on the entire planet, and it's never been hacked, right? So. So true for XRP too, though. First of all, XRP is more decentralized than Bitcoin, and you can try and attack it all you want. There's never been a successful attack against it, and I don't see reason from anyone, anywhere to think that's going to change ever. So we'll stay vigilant, though. If there's ever a legit reason, I will bring it to you, and if it's in the news, I'm going to talk about it. It is fascinating here, but yeah, to all the people that were scared, I don't think there's a problem. I really genuinely don't. If I'm missing something, let me know. Just drop it in the comment section. But those are my thoughts on this, and maybe it's actually a dead thing now. But it doesn't bother me slightly. Kind of burns my biscuits knowing that some of the crypto media outlets, as a result of this nonsensical piece from this team at this university, they got their little hit pieces out, and because it was driving a narrative for them. It's the likes of CoinDesk and CoinTel. They are not fans of Ripple and XRP, to be clear. And so they're going to jump at these types of opportunities. That's it for this one, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!